If you were browsing the internet and came across this video, would you be able to tell me what it was about? Probably not, right? But for people with a visual impairment, content like this can be really hard to view. Now let's add some images. It's a little bit easier to understand, isn't it? We know that we're on the Boise State campus, we know that it's morning and that frost is on the ground, and we know that the campus is pretty much deserted except for a few stragglers. For people with an auditory or visual impairment, accessing the internet can be a lot like what you just went through. In a day and age where the internet is becoming more and more important to our daily lives, people with disabilities seem to be getting left out. Our businesses are required to be wheelchair accessible. Television stations have to run closed captioning for people with hearing disabilities.
U.S. food industry. I'm Carl Azus. We're starting in...
But what about the internet? How do we solve this problem? The answer lies within web accessibility. In a small building on the fringes of Boise State's campus, the web accessibility team works with web administrators to make the Boise State website more accessible for people with disabilities. The team scans the website constantly for errors, and website administrators work to make sure that images have alternative text in order for screen readers to read them for blind people, and that videos have closed captioning for people with hearing disabilities. Those in the deaf community say this makes all the difference.
Web accessibility is important to all people, especially people who are deaf or hard of hearing. Educational content is one thing that all students, regardless of ability, should have access to.
As more and more university classes gear towards programs that encourage online education, such as Blackboard or PowerSchool, Gonzalez says that parents like herself with deaf children have more and more concerns.
I know here at Boise State that web accessibility is a top priority for us. I know some of the other colleges, CWI for example, it's also a priority for them. But if you don't have somebody working on your campus who knows how to make it accessible, it can be a real challenge.
As we continue to gear toward an online world, our world must continue to change for those with disabilities.